Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us again. Today, we are going to be taking a look at asking questions about the past.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to be looking at how to form those questions correctly and clearly so you can have awesome conversations about anything that's already happened.
Exactly. And you know what I always think is kind of funny because the past is already done and over with,
Yeah.
but we spend so much time talking about it.
We really do. It's how we make sense of things. Like how did
Yeah.
that happen or why did this happen or even just reminiscing about fun times.
Yeah, absolutely. So how about we take a look at the grammar guide called English for Everyone English Grammar Guide. It's got a section all about past simple questions.
Sounds great to me. That guide is super helpful and it makes things really easy to understand.
Yeah, it really does. So the guide basically says there are two main ways to ask questions about the past, right?
Right. So first we've got questions using the word did, and then there's questions using was or were.
Okay, cool. So let's start with did, because that one always feels like a simple trick to me. You just add did to the beginning and boom, you've got a question.
It really is a simple trick, and it works for most verbs, but there is a reason why it works grammatically speaking.
Oh, I'm curious about that because I've never really thought about the why behind it.
Well, it's all about the base form of the verb. Like play, eat, walk. Those are all base forms.
Right. The simplest form of the verb.
Exactly. So when you use did, the main verb in the sentence stays in its base form. So if we take an example from the guide, like he walked to school.
Okay, he walked to school. That's a statement about the past.
Exactly. And to turn that into a question using did, we just add did at the beginning and keep walk in its base form.
So it becomes, did he walk to school?
Exactly. You got it.
See, I told you it was a simple trick, but okay, so yeah, it gives us a yes or no question, but what if we want to know more, like where he walked or when he walked?
Oh, well, then you got to bring in the question words like what, where, when, why, how.
Oh, yeah, those guys, the question words, they're like little detectives helping us get more information.
Exactly. And the cool thing is the structure stays pretty consistent. You just add the question word at the beginning. So instead of just, did you eat? You could ask, what did you eat? Or where did you eat? Or even, why did you eat so much?
Uh-huh. Okay, so did is pretty straightforward. Got it. Now, what about was and were? Those are the past tense of to be, right?
You got it. And that's where things get a little bit trickier because to be is an irregular verb.
Ah, the rule breakers of the grammar world. I remember those.
That's a good way to put it. So because it's irregular, it doesn't follow the same pattern as regular verbs when you're making questions.
Like you can't just throw did in there?
Nope. This time we have to change the word order a little bit. Instead of adding did we move was or were before the subject of the sentence.
Okay, so let me try an example. Let's say I was tired.
Perfect example. So to turn that into a question, you'd say, were you tired?
Oh, okay, so we flip the order around. Instead of I was tired, it's were you tired?
Exactly, you got it. And just like with the did questions, we can still add question words to get more specific information.
So we could ask, why were you tired? Or when were you tired?
You're getting the hang of this.
I think so. It's all about understanding those basic structures
Mhm.
and then using those question words to unlock all the details.
That's a great way to think about it. And the more you practice, the easier it will become.
That's what I always tell people, too. You just got to keep practicing and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Exactly. Everyone makes mistakes. It's all part of the learning process.
Totally.
Mhm.
All right. So to sum it all up, we've got two main ways to ask questions about the past. For most verbs, just add did to the beginning and keep the main verb in its base form.
And for the verb to be in the past tense was or were, just flip the order, putting the verb before the subject.
And don't forget those awesome question words. They're your key to unlocking all sorts of interesting information about the past.
You got it. So go out there and practice asking questions about the past. You'll be surprised how much you can learn and how much fun it can be.
Awesome advice. Thanks so much for joining us today, everyone.
It was a pleasure talking with you all.
And don't forget to subscribe and check out the links in the description for more helpful resources. Have a great day.
Have a good one, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.